Hi, I'm Mike Huff. I'm a full-time professional predator hunting guide for fox and coyotes. I also recently wrote a book, Understanding Coyotes, the comprehensive guide for hunters, photographers, and wildlife observers. If you're interested, it's on Amazon.com. Today I'm going to talk about shotguns for predator hunting. This is the first of a two-part video series. In the first part here, we're going to talk about what I like in a predator hunting shotgun. I'm going to walk you through the gun, why I picked it, the optic, and some of the accessories for it. Now these are my opinions. There may be better options out there for different places, but as a guide, this is kind of where I ended up, and I thought if I shared it, it might be helpful with you. Then the second part, we're going to head outdoors, and I'm going to show how to pattern your shotgun for predator hunting. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you need any supplies, I do have a website, masterpredatorhunting.com. I appreciate you taking a look. Anything I can sell, I sell at the lowest possible price. If you don't see something listed, reach out to me. Let's go and take a look at this shotgun. First, we're going to talk about the shotgun. I'm going to go through the shotgun that I picked, but by no means is it the only shotgun. There are a lot of great shotguns out there. I'm just going to talk about the features I liked on this particular gun. This is a Franchi Intensity. It's essentially a Benelli type gun. They're sister companies. So it's got a great pedigree, a great track record of reliability. Some of the features that I like in this for predator hunters, the first would be that it's a semi-automatic gun. I've often seen folks struggle getting back on a coyote with their second shot if they're working a pump gun. I feel that having the semi-automatic is helpful to some hunters to get them quicker follow-up shots should they be needed on a coyote. Another thing I like about this gun is the length. The barrel on this gun is 26 inches. A standard barrel's 28 inches on most guns. I find that a little hard to swing. It takes people a little extra time, I think. It's a little awkward. Turkey guns are nice as well. I tend to stick with the 26 inch because I think it has a better range and better velocity than some of the shorter barreled shotguns, but they're also great options. The other thing is I'm looking for a gun that's lightweight. This is an inertia driven shotgun, which means there's actually a recoil spring in it underneath, and inertia guns are much cleaner. Most of the powder and the gas and everything you don't want back in your action stays in the barrel, and it produces a very lightweight gun. This gun is only 6.9 pounds, so hunting all night long, you don't mind carrying it around. It comes with 2 3/4, 3 inch, and 3.5 inch shells that will chamber in it. I use a 3 inch shell. I think that's a nice compromise for the predator hunter. It also comes with 3 chokes, modified improved cylinder, and the full choke. So that's why I like this particular shotgun, but certainly there are many variants that work great as well. Second, let's talk about the optic on the shotgun that I think is ideal for predator hunting. This is an EOTech 512 holographic weapon sight. You've probably seen it on AR-15s where it's very popular in the military. I find it to be the ideal optic for predator hunting for a couple reasons. First, it is water resistant to 10 feet. You don't have to worry about that. It's really small. It's 5 inches by 2 inches by 2.5 inches. But probably the biggest reason that I like this over other optics like an aim point is that it has a very small dot in the center of it. It's a 1 MOA dot. I've noticed when I've had other optics with say a 3 MOA dot, if a fox or coyote gets far away, the dot starts to cover up the animal. It's really hard to aim precisely. So that's a great feature here. You've got a small dot in the middle. But even better, surrounding that dot is a 68 MOA circle. The circle helps you to get the predator into the viewing screen where you're going to shoot it on the dot much quicker. So you have the advantage of the speed with the outer circle, and you have the small 1 MOA dot inside for precision. So it is a EOTech 512, and I think it's an ideal shotgun predator hunting optic. Shotguns are generally made to be shot looking straight over the top of the vent. So when you add an optic to a shotgun, it's nice to put a cheek riser on the gun so you can kind of look straight across into your optic with your cheek actually on the gun, or in this case on the riser. This is a really nice strap-on cheek riser. You can take it off if you don't want to use the optic, or you can just put it on. I got this one at Brownells. I buy a lot of equipment from Brownells. They have great stuff, and this one is the largest one they had. It's a 1 1/8 inch to 1.5 inch, and it's the easy cheek riser. And I'll just demonstrate for you. When I lift up the gun and I put my cheek into the pad, I'm looking right through my scope. You could use it without the riser. Your head would just be off the gun like this. I prefer to have my head on the gun, so I have the riser. So it's just an optional accessory that helps you with your sight alignment. Perhaps the most important decision in your shotgun setup is the ammunition that you're going to use. I think we owe it as predator hunters to use the strongest ammunition that's going to put down the predator quickly. I found that to be Dead Coyote. This is a Dead Coyote T-Shot. It's made by Heavy Shot, and it's the most powerful ammunition for shotguns that you can find. In addition to having 1,300 feet per second velocity, it's also loaded with a alloy shot. Alloy is really good because lead tends to be very soft and doesn't give you quite the penetration that you get in an alloy. This is capable of very tight patterns in the right choke. The company says it's good out to 70 yards or maybe beyond for coyotes. And in addition to that, it goes through a really rigorous quality control process. The company says on their website they measure every box that goes out the door to the ounce. But in my experience in the field, this has been really good stuff. I've used lead 4-buckshot, and I've used T-Shot from Dead Coyote, and for my guided clients, the only thing I'll load for them now is the Dead Coyote T-Shot. For those of you that hunt predators at night, I'm very confident in recommending lights made by Coyote Light. In my guiding business, the only light I use is the Coyote Light because it's proven to me to be by far the best on the market. This year, shotgun hunters are really lucky because there's a brand new Coyote Light in the market, the Predator Light, that's half the size and weight of the original and the Generation 2 Coyote Light. As you can see, it's really small, mounts very easily on the gun. It only weighs 10 ounces. And on a full charge, it'll run for 4 hours on full power. Typically, you wouldn't run it on full power when you're hunting, but if you did, it would go 4 hours non-stop. If you were scanning using a lower power, say 25% power, it'll run an unbelievable 32 hours. It's a fantastic light. What I like especially about it is that it's made here in America. Outperforms all the imported lights, every one that I've ever tried. It's just a great predator hunting light. Let's take a look at it. Okay, it's got a really great mounting system. In fact, if you have multiple shotguns or a friend that wants to use your light, all you need to do is put a little mount onto your barrel, and in a matter of 5 seconds, the light will mount underneath your gun. I leave my mount on all year, and when I'm going out at night hunting, I simply just snap it into the mount. I turn it a few times and it grabs the Picatinny rail, and you have a nice secure light. On the side it has a rheostat, so you can adjust the intensity of the light. If you don't need a lot of light, you can run it low. If you need a lot, you can turn it high. And I haven't found a light that gets this bright. This is a really bright light if you need it to be. Another nice feature is you can turn the front of the light and you can make a very wide beam for shotgun hunting. Or if you want to use it on a rifle, you can narrow the beam down to have a smaller beam for further shooting. So it's a great light. I think it's ideal for a shotgun, especially this new Predator.